Prince Harry and his wife Meghan's surprise announcement to step back from their royal duties. Prince Harry defied the Queen when he revealed his plans to pull back from the monarchy, and the Queen said that she'd asked her grandson not to issue Wednesday's public statement, but he went ahead with it anyway. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex say they're working towards being financially independent. That move's dominated the British media. The royal couple are also debuting new branding to further distinguish themselves. So they've applied to trademark Sussex Royal. The copyright would cover everything from this updated website, which you can see on the other side of the screen, to their charity work and social programs. Shola Moshogbamimu is a lawyer and political and women's rights activist, and she joins me for today's Royal Debrief. Great to have you on the programme.
Hello.
Now, we've been having a look at all of the headlines here in Britain. One says Queen's furious, Harry and Meghan say we quit. Mirror saying they didn't tell the Queen. How do you see this? Do you see this as them being courageous captains of their own fate, or are they being petulant and derelicting their duty?
I applaud them. I think that they've made the absolute right decision. It was clear that the unprecedented abuse and vitriol of hate steeped in misogyny, racism, and sexism that has been experienced has actually made their position or their duties as senior royals untenable. So something had to give. And this decision is absolutely right for their mental health, their well-being as a family, for their young son. So I applaud them for making this momentous decision. It's the right thing to do.
How significant has the vitriol been lately? Because many people in the press, perhaps unsurprisingly, have argued actually the press coverage was quite fair. There was a rough time given to both of them at the beginning, plenty of unpleasant and racist things said about Meghan's background, but the press coverage had been favourable in large part too.
I don't know what press you've been reading, but there's nothing favourable towards Harry and Meghan. And even if you look at the last 6 months, just a few months ago, both of them made such powerful statements. Harry said, I will not play the game that killed my mother. Meghan said, not many people have asked if I'm okay. That does not sound like they're responding to some fair press. There's not been any fair press. Within days of Meghan giving birth to their son was referred to or compared to a chimpanzee. And the BBC host that made that comment and posted that tweet was fired and then hired back a couple of months later. There's no real accountability. The media has not been fair to them.
I mean, there are obviously individuals who've done deeply racist and hurtful things. But if we think about Meghan's statement that she made in that documentary which you referred to, where she said that she was struggling, essentially, what would you say when people might argue that even though you could celebrate the fact that they're trying to look after their well-being and their own happiness, that actually when you're part of the royal family, that does mean that in order to take on that responsibility and that platform, you have to make some sacrifices? The British stiff upper lip.
Well, I've got some news for the British people. Right, the royal family are not chattel. They're not property because taxpayers' money are used to, pay for their accommodation or pay income to them. They're no different from you and I. If they're indeed employees and we're their employers, that does not mean they don't have a right to privacy. It does not mean they should be put on some pedestal and suffer abuse. Bottom line is this, for all those who need to hear it: Harry and Meghan don't owe the United Kingdom jack all about their own personal lives.
All right, first and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to the Akim pushing his truth and sincerity by qadash. As you see here, okay, this video entitled Prince Harry Defied Queen Over Statement on Royal Role. Okay, he was asked, Prince Harry was asked by the Queen to not come out and say that he was stepping back from his royal role, okay, but he went and did it anyway. So you got Edomites, man, that are stepping down from their royal position. Okay, so this is biblical prophecy. Him and his wife, they do not want anything to do with the the royal family, if you will. Now, when you come here, okay, to their website, sussexroyal.com, they give a statement. This is January 2020. It says, after many months of reflection and eternal discussions, we have chosen to make a transition this year and starting to carve out a progressive new role within this institution. We intend to step back as senior members of the royal family. and work to become financially independent while continuing to fully support Her Majesty, the Queen. It is with your encouragement, particularly over the last few years, that we feel prepared to make this adjustment. We now plan to balance our time between the United Kingdom and North America, to continuing to honor our duty to the Queen, the Commonwealth, and our patronages. Okay, so they want to spend their time between the UK and North America. Okay, they're stepping down, you know. So, this is what's going on in the world these days. You got Edomites, okay, they want to live so-called normal lives, This guy, Prince Harry, as the lady was saying, that he don't want to play the game that killed his mother because, he knows, okay, that the British monarchy, that they put his mother to death because she was defying them, okay, and they don't like his wife because she's American and she's a model, okay, and she's not royal, you see. So, this is what's going on, man, and amidst other things, okay. And they says we now plan to balance our time between the United Kingdom and North America. Well, look what's going on in North America, man. What do we got? This says on Politico.com, Democrats deliver impeachment articles to begin Senate trial. Okay, so yeah, this impeachment of Donald Trump, supposedly. Okay, these are the 3 articles of impeachment. It says at the federal level, the impeachment process is a 3-step procedure. First, the Congress investigates. Second, the House of Representatives must pass by a simple majority of those present and voting articles of impeachment, which constitute the formal allegation or allegations. Okay, so the House of Representatives, they have passed. Okay, they have passed. Okay, articles of impeachment. Okay, and they're alleging that Trump is abusement of power and bypassing Congress. Third, the Senate tries the accused. Okay, so that's what is going on today. Okay, so why does the Prince Harry and the Duchess or whatever Meghan want to come to America? Who knows? Because look at what's going on. Okay, Democrats are delivering impeachment articles to begin the Senate trial. Okay, so now it's going to the Senate, and they're gonna put Donald Trump on trial. Okay, it says the House on Wednesday formally delivered articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump, ending a month-long stalemate, triggering a Senate trial to start Thursday. You see? Speaker Nancy Pelosi held a signing ceremony Wednesday evening, hours after the House passed a resolution, mostly along party lines, to send the articles to the other side of the Capitol and appoint the Democrats' hand-picked team of impeachment managers. Okay? Minutes later, the 7 impeachment managers who will prosecute Trump at the trial led the formal march to the Senate with the newly signed articles in tow. The House Sergeant-at-Arms House Clerk led the procession. Okay, so that's what you see here. Okay, they're walking with the papers to the Senate. Okay. So yeah, that's what's going on, man. Edomites. You got Edomites stepping down, and you got Edomites being put on trial. Okay. The kingdom of Esau. This is what's going on in the kingdom of Esau, man. And this thing right here, and the controversy with the the royal family. It could all be for publicity. We don't really know, but through the Spirit, it goes to show you that a house is divided against itself will not stand. These are the. You know what? Let's get this. Just want to get this real quick. The official vote on impeachment. Let's see. House votes to send impeachment articles to the Senate. You see, the House of Representatives voted. Okay. House Democrats voted Wednesday, that's today, to send a pair of articles of impeachment to the Senate. The move that launches a trial in the upper chamber and ends the weeks-long wait for phase 2 in the Democrats' effort to remove President Trump from office. This is what's going on, okay? They so-called want to remove President Trump from office. Is the vote scheduled by Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat of California, after a month of speculation over timing cut virtually across party lines, with 227 Democrats supporting the resolution and 192 Republicans opposing it. Okay, the final vote tally, however, was 228 to 193, with Rep. Collison Peterson, okay, who voted against the impeachment. Man, one Democrat voted against it, being the only Democrat to buck the party line and vote against the resolution. That's crazy. That's funny. That's funny. That makes me laugh. Okay, so that's what's going on, man. You see? Let's get the scriptures. This is Mark. This video is not going to be too long. This is 2 articles, that came out in the news, some current events that I felt through the Spirit was worthy to do a video. This is Mark 3:23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? All right, they called Yahawashi Satan, that he was casting demons out through a demon, Beelzebub. Okay, so how can Satan cast out Satan, man? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Okay, so Yahawashi was doing things through righteousness, not through wickedness. Let's look up this word kingdom.
Strong's G 932. Basileia.
Right. It says royal power, kingship, dominion, rule. Okay, so basically. And on B, it says of the royal power of Yahawashi as the triumphant Messiah. Okay, so basically, Yahawashi was casting out demons because he had spiritual power. He was made a little lower than the angels. Okay, but in this case, twofold, the royal power. Okay, the Edomites. Okay, who the earth is given into their hand, the wicked. Okay, they're casting each other out. You see that here in America. They want to so-called cast Trump out. And we don't, like I said, that could be, just a bunch of smoke, to keep the people focused on that while they're doing other things. Okay. But, right. If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Now, check this out. When you go to the ancestry here, to Prince Harry, check this out real quick. Oh man, I lost it. Oh, here it is. Ancestry. Agnatically, that means on his father's side, when you look up that word agnatically. Okay, on his father's side, Harry, because these Edomites know that you are who your father is. Your father's line constitute what nation you're from. Harry is a member of the House of Glucksburg, aka that branch of the House of Oldenburg, one of Europe's oldest royal houses. Harry's paternal grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, issued letters patent on February 8, 1960, declaring his father to be a member of the House of Windsor. Okay. Let me go back. So he's from the House of Glucksburg, okay? Interesting, right? And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand, right? You see? Esau, his house. Satan casting out Satan. House. It's not going to stand, man.
Strong's G 3614. Oikia.
The inmates of a house, the family. Yeah, he probably feels like an inmate. He actually went to the military. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be he rose up to be a captain. He wanted to be a regular dude, And he knows that they silenced his mother. His mother had some information that she was going to give out on his father, all right, Prince Charles. There's a lot of pedophilia in the British monarchy. I did a video on that on this page. You could check that out. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, and thy shame shall be seen. Roughly paraphrasing, that was the video. Right, so it says, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand, man. Their kingdom, their royal power, their dominionship, their rulership, it can't stand. And if Satan rises up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. Okay. So yeah, these Edomites, they're divided. Okay. They're not together. They're you know, and they cannot continue to rule if they're divided.
Strong's G 3307. Merizo.
To divide, to separate into parts, cut into pieces, to divide into parties, be split into factions. You see that? A thing among people, right? They're divided, man. You know, you had the queen herself trying to tell Harry, you know, don't come out formally and say anything, but he did. He said he wants to step back, was his words. You know, him and his wife, they want to make an independent living. They don't want to rely on the taxes of the people to pay them. Okay, so right, Satan is casting out Satan, man. This is spiritual. Okay, the Lord said that this would happen. This is the red letter. This is prophecy, man. These Edomites, they're divided. Okay, what does the scripture say that is there any wisdom in teaming? You know, because they're basically they're against each other, man. They don't know which way to go. They see all these things going on. They see all these things going on in the world. They're like, you know what, man? We're gonna get out when we get a chance. You see, all this kind of pedophilia going on in the British House. You know, here in America, you know, you got, you know, Edomites, you know, hating Donald Trump. You know, and whether that thing be true or not, man, you know, hey, we're gonna find out. We're gonna see in the near future what goes on. So, you know, we're coming up on perilous times. You know, it's time to be vigilant. It's time to be, you know, watch and pray. Okay, and keep our eyes peeled for what's going on. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.